Yeah, I don't really have a clever intro for this one. That was a lot of fun. Hey guys, just me and myself tonight. Hopefully the last one I'll be doing myself for a while. Just again, life has just been fucking crazy lately. 2019, or go fuck itself. Anyway, but I did want to make sure to go see one movie because I got a shit ton of movies to catch up on. I think I still got like 4. I'm gonna try to see 1 or 2 probably gonna fall through the cracks. I'm gonna do my best. So I figure I'll start with the one that multiple people have already recommended to me, and it's one that timing worked out best for, which is Happy Death Day to You. Now, me and Grant saw the first one, I think it was last year or the year before, whenever it came out. We saw that, and we liked it. We didn't think it was groundbreaking or anything like that, but it was good. It was fun. It worked best when it played up the comedic elements of the film, and I think I remember saying, even back then, I said, I think we would have worked best if it just played those elements even more. It's definitely very curious to see, like, sorry. It definitely proposes the question of, like, how do you make a sequel to a movie that's pretty open and shut when the movie's actually said and done? And apparently their solution was to just, like, pretty much do what I was kind of hoping they do, which is just kind of ditch the horror element, kind of ditch this, like, almost entirely ditch the slasher element. I mean, like, it's still there, but it's there out of obligation rather than desire. In fact, like, the movie kind of forgets about it, for about, like, a solid 2/3 of the film. Like, the whole slash thing just kind of dropped. It's only there kind of in the beginning and pretty much in the end, and that's pretty much it. For the most part, it jumps ship from a horror comedy film to much more of a sci-fi, I don't want to say adventure film, but like kind of like what they say. It's clearly inspired by Back to the Future 2, and they definitely play that up, and they even acknowledge the fact that it's based heavily on. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I say that every guy. I need to stop apologizing for that. It's based on Back to the Future 2. There we go. And this little movie, I don't really want to give too much away in terms like plot and details of it, because I do think this is I do genuinely think this is a really good movie. I like this more than the first one, actually. I think it plays into its concepts much stronger. I think it really just goes for it. For all that's going on, it is very confident. Like this, and Jessica Roth, I looked up her name after I saw the movie. Jessica Roth, who's the lead, is fantastic, and I hope she has a bright career ahead of her, because she really is a discovery. And everyone else is really good in this too. The characters are really likable, the story's really likable, the script is really sharp and fun. Even the parts that shouldn't work really well, because these characters are so likable, and the story is good. There's some, so basically, like, without giving anything away too much beyond, like, what you can see in the trailer, there's always some kind of trepidation with these kind of Groundhog Day movies, and, like, one thing I really think and I don't think maybe people are going to argue with me on this, is I think one big reason why the first Groundhog Day works is because they never tell you why it happens. They just saying that happens, and they have to kind of just go with it. And that's kind of part of the fun, kind of part of the mystery. It's like, you don't need to explain it, you can just do it. And the first one did that, and this one pretty much immediately tries to propose a reason why it happened, which you always kind of go with this can go either way, because you kind of take away the mystique of the first one. But again, it comes down to how confident it is and how well written it is, and just how fun it is. And it does it in a way that works. And again, if you couldn't catch a whiff of my whole it's based on Back to the Future 2 thing from earlier, it's based on a kind of sort of time machine. I say kind of sort because they throw the word quantum in there, I think, a couple times. Or do they? I don't even think. I take it back. No, I don't think they do. But either way, college students make a big old science ball experiment, which is in the trailer, so I'm not really giving anything away. Sciencey stuff happens, and she's caught in a time loop. But this time it has the added element of being in alternate dimensions. So in this case, she goes to another okay, slight spoiler, I apologize. So in this case, when the explodey science ball thing explodes, she gets into a different dimension where things are different, but then things happen in that world. It makes her want to stay in that world, and that kind of provides the conflict. That provides the drama. So it's not just repeating what happened in the first movie. It's expanding the idea. It's trying new things with it. It really is exploring the concept more than you honestly think it would. in a way that really, really works. It's a lot of fun to watch. And I know I saw, it wasn't a big house, but my room was like fairly crowded, and everyone was like having a good time with it. And this is the movie even my mother likes, so it's kind of like, it's like, okay, this is one of the few times I feel like my mother and I can have like middle ground on something that's not a Marvel movie. So it's like we both really like this is a really fun movie. I had a really good time with this. Yeah, honestly, I can't really think of much I didn't like with it. It was just a really rock solid genre movie. It's like the first one, it has cult status written all over it. You know it's going to get a cult following. Now that they want to make this into a franchise, it has chosen a very smart avenue to do it by basically ditching the slasher element. Like, a new slasher is introduced in this movie, and it's resolved by movie's end, but you know that's not the focus. You know that's not why this movie exists. It's only there because the first movie did it, but even the movie's kind of aware of that, and it kind of plays with it a bit. In a way that you go along with it, but but it's not overly distracting. Like, if I say like there's one major negative is the fact that really when you break it down, the slasher element didn't really need, well, I guess it kind of did. The slasher element like wasn't entirely necessary, although you understand why it's there. That is like the one symptom of sequelism I will give this. In that it's there just out of obligation because of the first film. But other than that, there's surprisingly not a whole lot of ideas from the first movie outside of just the concept that is rehashed. And there's very little rehash in this film, which for a sequel, especially for a sequel to a cult movie, is really impressive. Like, I gotta look up the director who made this, because again, this is really impressive stuff. And I'm not saying it's like one of the best movies of the year, or like it's really groundbreaking or anything like that, but for a movie that is basically a sequel to Groundhog Day but slasher, it works way better than it should, and you have to give the movie a lot of props for making it work that way. And a lot of it's to the actors, too. Again, outside of Jessica Roth, like, the boyfriend's really nice and likable. Like, the other side characters, other their bit parts, they're also a lot of fun. They're fun characters, and they're played by good actors who can emulate them well. Even the cliche characters are played by good actors, so you're kind of with them a bit more. And again, it's really fun, it's really funny, it's really entertaining. I had, like, this might be, not as far as, like, quality, but as far as, like, most entertaining, this might be my most entertained I have been in the movie theater this year. I have to fact check that, but I'm pretty sure. Granted, it's only February, and this, like, past couple weeks have not been great, but, yeah, so far, this is probably my favorite movie of the year so far. I like this more than Lego Movie 2. Although, looking back at Lego Movie 2, I'm realizing maybe I was a little too harsh on it. That might be one I revisit down the line. But, yeah, I can't really say much else about Happy Death Day 2 without going into spoilers, but I just gotta say, go see it. It's fun. I had a really good time with it. And I would go see it again. Like, it's a good popcorn flick. It's a good cult film, and you know it's going to get that cult status, and I'd be curious to see what they do with the third one, because clearly they're good at coming up with new ideas, as wacky as they are. They are okay with just going along with their wackiness. They doubled down on the comedy, which is exactly what I wanted them to do. And it works because of that, because the people who write this know how to do the comedy well. So yeah, go see it. On that note, I'm going to go with trailers. This is probably a bit shorter than usual review, but I'm just going to go with trailers quick so I can go home. The first trailer I got was for The Hustle, which is one with Rebel Wilson and Anne Hathaway, and when that... Man, you want to talk about comedy gone wrong? That just looks awful. Like, God, that looks awful. Like, really bad. That looks really awful. Fuck. Like, for those who don't have seen the trailer for this, apparently, like, Rebel Wilson is supposed to be a con artist who falls under the wing of Anne Hathaway, who's a better con artist. And I'm like, kind of like, who would believe Rebel Wilson is a con artist in this role? Because she's really bad at it. And I'm like, who would fall for this? I don't know. It looks really dumb. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a fart. So that's my thoughts on The Hustle. Me. Fart. Anyway, I'm an adult. I'm an adult that talks about adult things. Toot. Anyway, so yeah, The Hustle looks like crap. Then we got Pet Sematary. This is actually the new trailer for Pet Sematary. I'm still on the fence on this one, honestly, because like we kind of got lucky with Stephen King reboots with It, but I'm not really counting on lightning striking twice. No, and I like just like It, I would love to be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. I hope it turns out to be really good. But from what I've seen, like I don't know, maybe. I don't know, this trailer's not doing it for me. Then you got the Dark Phoenix trailer. We talked about that one before. Men in Black International. Talked about that one before. The Curse of La Llorona. I think this is the new trailer I got for this one. I know it does have that. What I will give it credit, it does have a really creepy bit in the trailer where they have like a little girl in the bath, and then like the ghost sneaks up behind her, kind of like runs her gross fingers through her hair, and she doesn't realize it's a ghost, so she's kind of like leaning into it. It was kind of like, that's disturbing. So like I'll give it credit. There's some good. There might be some good visuals in the Curse of La Llorona. I can't even say it. La Llorona. And then there was Greta, which I talked about before. And Us, which still looks fantastic, also talked about before. And the last trailer I got was for Ma. This trailer I have not seen before, but it's basically, what was that movie she was in with the scientist, the mathematician women? Oh, I know. What if the sidekick from, oh god, am I blanking that movie too? Oh god, oh no, Shape of Water, there you go, Shape of Water. What if the sidekick from Shape of Water was secretly like a serial killer or something, or like a stalker? I don't know. It's about this older black lady who takes on these bunch of teenagers under her wing, and like fucking like encourages them to party at her basement, I guess, and tells them never go upstairs, but they can do anything they want in the basement. So I guess she just like keeping bodies above the house and like that. I don't know, but either way, I'm kind of like, why would you trust this woman? This woman who just decides a bunch of teenagers in a van are the perfect group of people to hang out at her place. Right off the bat, if that doesn't set some red flags, you're just that stupid. Or then again, they're teenagers. Maybe they really are that stupid. I don't know. That one could be good for a laugh. From just the look of it, it could really, honestly, it does look kind of funny. In not an intentional way, but it looks funny and like, okay, this might be a fun, bad B movie. That was the last trailer I got. So yeah, happy Death Day to you. Really liked it. Really had a great time with this. Is it gonna be my top 10 list? Probably not. But like, you know, for it knowing exactly the kind of film it is and just going for it and just having fun with it, this one hits the mark. So yeah, happy Death Day to you. I highly recommend it. Probably one of my favorite comedies in theaters right now. So go check it out. So this week is, like I mentioned before, it's really busy. I still got to go see What Men Want. I don't know if there's a huge demand for me to go see that or not, but I'm gonna try to go see it. But if any movie's gonna fall through the cracks this week, that'd probably be it. Just FYI, because other than that, Alita is definitely gonna take higher priority, and Isn't It Romantic is probably gonna take higher priority. But I'm gonna do my best to see as many as I can. Because there's also like How I Trained Your Dragon 3 comes out this week, and Fine with the Family also comes out this week, which is apparently really good. Go figure. So I'm gonna do my best. It's just really chaotic right now. So I do this every fucking year. It's like, you know, guys, I try so hard to see as many of these as I can, but some just slip through the cracks. So I apologize if there's any in particular you wanted me to see that I just didn't get around to. Just know that I'm trying to balance this with 2 jobs and, like, daily promotion and writing. So this is on top of trying to balance everyone else's schedules, which is already, like, hurting cats. So just know that I'm doing my best. And one day, if we're lucky and we get what we need and we get the support we need, I can do this full time and I go see all the fucking movies out there. But until then, be patient with me as I do my best here. And that's all I got. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you all next time. Take care.